Thank you. Well, to start any conversation about how strong brands affect marketing programs, you really need to start with this statement and believing that brands matter. And that's what I'm going to talk about for the next few minutes, is about brands and why they matter. And I'd like to take us through a little exercise. I'd like your help today to feed hungry families. And I'd like you to donate $100. And you're going to get a solicitation letter. And the first letter is going to come from this organization. And I want you to think about, what are your thoughts, what are your feelings, how open are you to this solicitation, how likely are you to act. Now a second letter with the same solicitation, same message, comes from this organization. What do you think, what do you feel, how open are you, how likely are you to act. The difference isn't the two logos, the difference is brand. And brand are those sets of attributes and characteristics, the thoughts, the feelings, that we all carry about products, services, and organizations that we interact with. The stronger the brand, the easier it is to market. And think about this. Think about brands as reputation. We gravitate toward people, organizations, products, and services that have good, strong reputations. Think about brand as trust. We gravitate toward people, products, services, and organizations that we trust. And confidence. Brands are about confidence. It's about that belief that when we interact, we will get back what we believed, what they promised. So, when you think about marketing, trust, confidence, reputation, it's easier, we're more open to brands that have built that. So our marketing message works more effectively. We're not overcoming negatives. Now I put this up there and you might recognize these cookies. Now I don't know what these cookies would do on the open market, but the brand behind them leverages any investment they have. If you put this brand behind them, the cookies sell $700 million annually. Now it doesn't hurt that they have kids selling them. That helps too. That's a good marketing strategy. But strong brands make marketing more efficient. So now I want to switch and I want to talk about assessing your brand. As communities, as organizations, as products and services, how can you understand if you have a strong brand? Well, here's kind of shirt sleeve research that you can take back with you. Because the strength of your brand really is the gap between the promises you make and the experience people have in delivering that. So what you're going to see on here is a series of promises that are pretty typical within the senior living space. And you're going to see a couple of photos, kind of the extremes of the experience. What you need to ask yourself is, how well are you delivering on those messages you're putting out in the marketplace? On your website, in your ads, with your public relations. You're creating expectations. How are you delivering on those? The gap between those is the strength of your brand. The closer you are to meeting and exceeding expectations, the stronger your brand. The stronger your brand, the more effective every message you have. Because we're open to organizations that we have that have good reputations, that have built our trust, and that we have confidence in. So I want to finish with 3 thoughts on brand building. The first is, have a vision. Know what your brand is. Have identified those characteristics that are intrinsic in your brand. Subway, for instance, was a brand that said, we're going to be about fresh fast food. They're not about great dining locations. They're not about innovation. They're not about the dining experience. They're about healthy fast food. Have a singular vision. Second, have a champion. And if there are EDs and CEOs and senior leadership out there, brand championship comes from the top. It's about driving it down. It's about having someone that holds that vision and is the champion of that for the organization. And then the last thing is, brands are cultural. Brands are about experience, reputation, trust, confidence. Comes from not what brands say, but about how you experience those brands. And it becomes cultural. So I'll leave you with this. When you make your proposition to your market, when you put your message out there, when you ask people to act, how strong is your brand?